Today, Burra is a peaceful country town surrounded by rolling hills in South Australia. But in the 1840s, it was one of the richest places on Earth. So valuable that Burra became the largest inland mining town in Australia and, for a time, one of the biggest copper producers in the British Empire. Thousands arrived chasing opportunity, fortunes were made overnight, and an entire town sprang from the dust. Yet behind the wealth lay hardship, rivalry, and extraordinary determination. Burra lies about 160 kilometres north of Adelaide, on the traditional lands of the Ngajuri people. Before Europeans arrived, the region was known for its permanent waterholes and rugged landscape. Everything changed in September 1845 when Shepherd Thomas Pickett discovered unusual green-stained rocks protruding from a hillside. The discovery sparked what became known as the Burra mine. Within months, investors formed the South Australian Mining Association, and what had been isolated grazing country became one of the colony's greatest success stories. Mining officially began in 1846, and Burra exploded almost overnight. Wagons rumbled constantly across dusty roads while the sharp ring of hammers echoed through deepening mine shafts. The smell of smoke from blacksmiths' forges mixed with the dust of crushed rock as thousands of miners searched for the rich copper lodes below. Workers came from across Britain, particularly Cornwall, bringing generations of hard rock mining experience. They earned the nickname Cousin Jacks and introduced Cornish traditions, pasties, and Methodist chapels that still shape Burra today. Alongside them arrived Welsh miners, Scottish labourers, German settlers, and Chinese merchants, creating one of Australia's earliest multicultural communities. The copper was astonishingly rich. Some ore contained more than 20% copper, making Burra one of the world's most profitable mines. At its peak during the early 1850s, the mine employed well over 1,000 workers and produced enormous wealth for the young colony of South Australia, helping rescue it from financial collapse. Life underground, however, was dangerous. Men descended by rope into narrow shafts lit only by candles. Cave-ins, flooding, and poisonous air were constant threats. Every shift carried the possibility that a miner might never return to daylight. Above ground, the town itself reflected social divisions. Company officials enjoyed spacious stone homes, while many miners crowded into tiny dugouts carved into creek banks. These underground homes remained surprisingly cool during scorching summers and warm through freezing winters, but they also symbolized the stark inequality between management and labor. One of Burra's lesser-known secrets involved theft. As copper prices soared, miners sometimes smuggled valuable ore from the mine. To combat this, the company constructed the famous monster mine checkpoints, where workers were searched before leaving. Stories spread of ingenious hiding places sewn into clothing, concealed inside lunch baskets, and even hidden beneath heavy boots. By the late 1850s, the richest copper seams began to decline. Many miners left for the Victorian goldfields or new mining districts overseas. Although the Burra mine continued operating intermittently for decades, the remarkable boom that had transformed Burra into an industrial powerhouse had largely come to an end. Today, Burra is one of Australia's best-preserved 19th-century mining towns. Visitors can still walk among the enormous engine houses, abandoned mine workings, Cornish cottages, and the remarkable dugouts that tell the story of ordinary families who helped build a colony. Burra reminds us that Australia's prosperity was shaped not only by gold, but also by copper, courage, and communities willing to endure extraordinary hardship. The mine may be silent, but beneath Burra's quiet streets lies the story of a town that once supplied an empire. Sometimes the greatest chapters of Australian history are hidden just below the surface. If you enjoyed this story and would like to see more forgotten, unusual, and fascinating chapters of Australian history, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. New videos are released regularly, exploring the places, people, and events that help shape Australia, often hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.